Alright, this is Zdenka. How to turn your old boring footage you took a while ago into a tasty little B-roll or commercial. This video is sponsored by Epidemic sound. For the new faces, welcome. My name is Zdenka Darula. This channel is all about photography, video, tutorials, stick reviews, creative camera challenges, and hidden giveaways. If that's something you're interested in, consider subscribing. As you progress and you get more experience and you get better gear and lights and setup, and you look at your old footage on your hard drive and you look at the raw footage and also edited footage, and you're like, I can do better. I can do better. So I pulled out old clips I filmed. Those clips don't have the best lighting, don't have the best background, don't have the best framing, don't have the best focus where I would like it to be these days. I can do lots of things with it to turn it around, to make it usable. Let me tell you one thing. For those who are experienced with photo editing, photo retouching, they know a bit of a Photoshop, but they are brand new into video. They are just stepping into video world. Think of it this way. It's exactly the same thing as Photoshop. You will be working with colors and all that. It's exactly the same thing, except you will be adding motion and you will be working with keyframes. I'm going to be working in Adobe Premiere Pro. However, this can be applied to any editing software. What really counts here is the thought, what you're gonna be doing with the clip, how you're gonna change it, what changes you're gonna make. That's what really counts. Here are my clips, which I placed in the order, which makes sense. The next step is going to be adding music and timing the clips properly. I will also add some sound effects, but I like to do it once I already see visual impact with color grading and all that. I went to the Epidemic sound and typed in summer. I like the song because of the beats. I downloaded separate stems and also the full mix. I will be adding just beats and then the full song. I edit all those separate stems on a timeline and also the full mix. And I cut the clips on the beats so it all made sense. I just started with one stem, added another, and another. And finally the whole mix. The ending I wanted a little bit edgy, so I just used only the stems. Using separate stems and playing with them makes it a little bit more dramatic than just using the full mix. I took a frame out of this clip and saved it as a photo and inserted that photo into the timeline. This will be the background for some text. Let's just add some text. I will be creating the animation later. Right now, I only want to see some words there to have the rough piece together. It's time to look at each clip and make sure that each clip has a perfect horizon. If I cannot see clearly where the horizon is supposed to be, I just use guide. So the way I enable it is go to view, enable show guides, and add guide, where I select horizontal. This will help me to get the level right. Now you just have to drag the line to that horizon to see exactly if it is straight or not. Each clip needs to be corrected. Once the clip is rotated, I will have to zoom in to get rid of these black areas on the side where the frame is missing. Zooming in to 107 does the trick for this one. I see a troubled clip right here, and that will be the spinning glass. The spinning glass is also moving to the side. There's way too much going on. It's way too busy. It would be way better if I kept the spinning glass in the center so it kind of looks clean and it goes naturally, flows naturally. So I'm going to scale it even more to 115. Here at the end is where I see it being centered. So I will create a keyframe on the position. Then I will move the beginning of the clip to the center as well. Now the glass is spinning at the same spot. Much better. Another clip I need to fix is the ice cream in the middle, which is spinning as well with the strawberries on the sides. And again, I see that the clip is way too low and way too much to the right. So I need to bring in the ice cream a little bit more in the center. I will zoom in and obviously move it a little bit higher. So this is how it's gonna look like when it is finished. Static shot follows is just pouring the liquid onto the ice cream. Whenever I have a static shot, I like to add some movement to it, either zooming in or zooming out, or moving it a little bit to the side or any direction. So in this case, I'm gonna create a keyframe at the beginning of the clip, which is at 100%, and then at the end of the clip and zoom in. Once I have all the clips done, it's time to play with the text. First, I'm gonna change the font so it looks a little bit more nicer and move it to the place I want to, so the background is plain and the text is visible. The upper line will be a little bit bigger, the lower line will be a little bit smaller. And to bring in the animation, I'm gonna be using just opacity. So I go right here, and at the beginning of the clip, I'll put a keyframe, make the opacity 0, that way I don't see the text, and move a little bit where I want the text to appear, create another keyframe, and type in 100. And now the text is going to show up at the end. When I want the text to disappear, the same thing, I'll create keyframe at the end, which will be showing the text, so it is 100%. And then to make it disappear, I create another keyframe at the end and make the opacity 0%. It's time to color correct, color grade, and add some sound effects. But before I'm gonna do that, I should thank Epidemic Sound for making this video possible. I have used them for a number of years. Their library is massive and they get fresh music all the time. They own 100% of their music, so you don't have to worry that you will receive a copyright strike or takedown. You can use it on social media such as Facebook and Instagram, and also on monetized YouTube channels. What makes them unique is the fact that you can download not only full songs, but also separate stems, as you saw in this video, as I was working with those files. You can choose between personal and commercial plan. If you sign up with Epidemic Sound by using the link below the video in a video description, you will receive a free 1-month trial. You will also find a discount code for 50% off if you sign up for an annual subscription for the personal plan. Any music you will use during the trial will remain safe and protected even if you cancel your subscription after your trial month is over. When it comes to color correcting and color grading this type of footage, it is quite a bit of a challenge because back then I did not have a seamless background, so the background has scratches and there's also plexiglass at the bottom with even more scratches, so it's definitely visible, and the lighting was not proper, it was not lit exactly the same way from all the sides. There are highlights, there are shadows, so it's definitely a bit challenging to make it flow flawless, especially the transitions between different clips. So what I did with each clip to color grade it, I brought the brightness a little bit up, so the exposure went up. I brought the highlights a little bit down and the shadows a little bit up. I also changed the tone of the clips to a little bit of a blue shade, so I moved it slightly to blue tones. I placed crossfade transition at 2 spots between clips to make them blend in, so the transitions was very, very smooth. The nice thing about this transition is that you can make it shorter, you can make it longer, you can also move it more on one clip, so you have a lot more possibilities here to make it fit and to make it really smooth. Once the horizon level and the framing is right and added some movement to it, once you have the color grading right, it's time to add sound effects. Now, when it comes to sounds, I don't like them too pronounced. I just like that they're a little bit there, but I don't like to be overpowering the music. So generally speaking, I usually bring them down to about -20 to make them sort of blend in. So after everything is done, just for a comparison, let's play what beginners would most likely do. Just edit the clips on a timeline, cut them together, just maybe do very basic adjustments and place the full song mix under. So this is before. And now let's play my version where I actually use the stems and I did a whole bunch of color grading effects and some transitions, and I added the sound effects as well. So this is the final outcome. Well, give it a thumbs up if you found this interesting, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Questions, comments, leave them below, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ahoj.